Hey guys, welcome to another video when we introduce yet another phone to our lineup. Now this might not be a permanent member, but it is here to stay at least for a month, so expect a lot of videos. Now the good thing here is this is a part of the miatoll series. Now what is miatoll, you ask me? Well, there are 3 to 4 devices which launched with almost the same hardware, similar cameras, same display, same processor and whatnot, and those phones are the Redmi Note 9 Pro, or known as the Redmi Note 9S globally, right? The Redmi Note 9 Pro Max that you see over here, and then you have the POCO M2 Pro as well. So these 3 devices have a unified form of development, and which means if I show you a custom ROM for this particular device, it will in all probability and definitely work on the other 2 phones as well. So if you have a Redmi Note 9 Pro, a Redmi Note 9S, a Redmi Note 9 Pro Max or a POCO M2 Pro, well, these videos will be really interesting for you. But that is not what today's video is about. Today's video is about why you should not buy the Note Pro Max series. I am sort of skeptical about the Pro series as well, because I find the Redmi Note 9 or the Redmi Note 10 were fine devices for the money. So we'll talk about that in this particular video. I've been using this phone for like, I don't know, 48 hours now. I've got it back to the first ever Android version, my typical style of testing the phone with the best possible software that they are giving out before they update it and screw it up. So all that is there in the video, but before you get into all of that, if you haven't already, please subscribe and don't forget to hit the notification bell icon, because we are missing out on a lot of subscribers. There's some amazing content that we are making, and yeah, 80% of our views are coming from people who have not subscribed. So it doesn't cost you anything to subscribe and hit the notification bell icon, and you know that this channel is uploading 2 videos every day and a live stream. So we're doing a lot of hard work, and we definitely deserve 100k subscribers as soon as possible. So before we get into that, if you haven't already, yes, once again, please subscribe and hit that notification bell icon. Click the link in the description to join our Telegram channel. You can chat with me and 1,000 other like-minded people. And if you think the hard work is worth the effort, please click on the join button and support the channel. Now, without further ado, hello awesome people. Welcome to PhoneOps. My name is Kailash. Let's get going. Alright, so this is not a rant video. This is more of a logic video, because I know a lot of my subscribers right now are holding on to the POCO phone F1, or maybe even a OnePlus 3T from back in the day, a OnePlus 5T, a OnePlus 6. So you would want to go out and buy a phone which is super amazing, great, feels great, right? So the point that I'm trying to make over here is these mid-range devices. For example, let's take this example. This is a Redmi Note 9 Pro Max from 2020. Now back in the day, this was selling for 16 to 18,000 rupees. The same price for which today you can get a POCO X3 Pro, which by the way is leaps and bounds better than this device compared to the POCO X3 Pro. So what do we get in this particular price segment? Well, you get a Snapdragon 720G. The rest of the spec sheet is pretty decent, but 720G, I don't know how many companies want to release these many phones. And what I frankly think is, if you want to make a phone on a 720G, don't price it above 15,000, because trust me, the performance is not there. It's simply not there. I mean, BGMI or PUBG Mobile is locked to 40 FPS. Like, you give me such a good display, a 1080p panel, it looks pretty decent as well, and you are going to give a 40 FPS option, which means in hot drops I'll get 20 to 25 FPS. So basically that leaves me not being able to play one of the leading games which every kid plays these days. That is one point of it. Now the way Xiaomi markets these devices, the Pro Max devices, is the top end tier, or it has more RAM and more storage, and it is probably better cameras and stuff. Okay, one thing I'll give Redmi Note 9 Pro or Pro Max series is they have decent cameras. I'm telling you, they don't have amazing cameras, they have decent cameras, right? But that doesn't mean that if you spend a couple of thousand rupees more, you can't get a entry level flagship device like the POCO X3 Pro, which has a flagship chipset but has a crappy display and a not so good camera. So that combo for me is still better than the Redmi Note 9 Pro Max or the Note 10 Pro Max. Now this year they've upped the game. So the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max, correct me if I'm wrong, goes up to, I don't know, 19, 20, 21,000 rupees. but you do get a super AMOLED display, you do get a 108 megapixel camera. So all those things are great, but the problem there is your software, MIUI or meme UI as a lot of people would like to call it, struggles to run on the Mi 11 Ultra. Don't believe me? Go ahead and watch Munchie's latest video, right? I would not want to get into that, but there's my point. Like, we have devices like Mi 10T on the channel, we have devices like POCO X3 Pro, the Redmi K20 Pro, Snapdragon 855, Snapdragon 860, Snapdragon 865, and now we have a video from a fellow YouTuber claiming that the Snapdragon 888 devices are also having touch issues. So if your software is not good and you want to sell a phone with a mid-range software or mid-range hardware for 18,000-19,000 rupees, well, I cannot stop Xiaomi from doing that. And I'm not saying these are crappy phones. These are pretty decent phones. It's just that the Pro Max series, to me, I find it very, very overpriced. So all in all, you know, it's a beautiful piece of hardware. It's just that it's not meant for gaming. It's not meant for performance. Now, why am I saying all this? Because yesterday I flashed a custom ROM on it. One of the latest custom ROMs. The developers are trying their best to get the most out of this device. But I'll tell you what, and you will see that in the course of this, you know, the duration of 1 month or 2 months, wherever I'm putting 30, 40, 50 videos out for the Pro Max or the miatoll series, is that no matter how good the software is, if it is a mid-range device, there is only so much that can be done. Right? Now, talking about the phone, talking about the software, what I did actually do is I used the Flash tool to downgrade this device to MIUI 11.0.1. Now that brings me to my second point. The moment I downgraded this from the latest version of MIUI, I immediately felt why people would have liked it when they bought this device with this particular software. I'm not saying it is amazing, it is superb, this, that, no, okay? But this is quick. Right? MIUI 11 was quicker. It is fast, it is fluid, it is not AOSP good, but trust me, it works. Right? Although BGMI is still capped at 40 FPS and I can't even stand that. I tried to do a live stream with that, I can't do that. So that's a discussion for another day. So MIUI 11 in my books performs better than MIUI 12. I've now seen that happen on 3 different devices and I have backing to show you that. Like, if you go to, you know, the screenshot of CPU throttle test, it says CPU throttle to 95% of its max performance. Now I can right away OTA the crap out of this phone and get the latest update, keep it off for half an hour and it would not perform nearly as good. Not only this, even if you look at Geekbench 5681771. So because I'm new to the 720 series, I don't really know what is the ballpark figure for these devices to score, but I'll tell you this is pretty much good. This is probably the best you're gonna get on a stock ROM, and we also ran Antutu for that matter, and it takes effort because, you know, you have to run a particular benchmark and then keep the phone off for 15 minutes, run a second one, keep the phone off for 15 minutes, run a third one. So that's a different thing. 337,368, that's the score. So I'm not criticizing this particular series, but when I saw the 10 Pro Max go up to 19, 20, 21,000 rupees, I frankly thought that it is ridiculous. Trust me, it is ridiculous. So, you know, be a little intelligent, buy a device which has a good chipset. A chipset really, really matters. Even if you're not a gamer, a high-end chipset will give you good camera speed, good camera performance, good UI responsiveness. The longevity of your phone will be longer because if you put that much more load over a period of time, which of course happens, if you're someone who doesn't change his phones in 2-3 years, you don't format your phone, there are a lot of things that can go wrong and slow down your phone. And in that case, if you're going to have over, you know, extra horsepower under the hood, it's really going to make a difference. That is the reason you see POCO F1 users and the K20 Pro users not crying, not struggling that much even on the stock software. And if you go to Note 8 Pro users or Note 9 Pro Max users and tell them how is the latest update performing, yeah, they would burst out in tears, and I'm not even kidding. You know, I'm not even kidding there. So all I'm trying to say is this is an introduction of the Note 9 Pro Max on the channel. There are a ton of custom ROMs and kernels available. We will have a lot of videos coming up. So this is a humble request. If you have a friend who has a Note 9 Pro, a Note 9s, a Note 9 Pro Max, or a POCO M2 Pro, guide them to this channel, make them subscribe over here, because there's a lot of content coming on these devices and they will enjoy it, and at least they can get some more performance out of their phones for the money that they have already paid. Let me know in the comment section what do you think about this video, and do you want me to make other such videos about devices on which I get a hold for short times? It'll be fun sharing my opinion there. So see you in the next live stream, guys. Until the next one, this is Kailash signing off at PhoneOps. Keep smiling. Take care. Goodbye.